Bhagavad Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagine Vyomavat Vyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Kataksha Kirana Chanta Naman Mohabdaye Namaha. Anantananda Krishnaya Jagan Mangalamurtaye.
Jagan Mangalamurtaye.
This verse focuses on Jada, Ajada. What is the Bheda? Is there a difference? There is apparent difference. Anywhere you see Jada and Ajada, Jada meaning that which is sentient, Ajada Jada meaning which is insentient, Ajada meaning which is sentient, which seems to have a life, a living creature. They are two different things. We see this, experience it every day in our lives. We can rarely be insulted by a Jada Vastu, but are very quick to take umbrage when somebody tells us something which we don't like. Therefore, there is this apparent difference between Jada and Ajada. And this verse is taking that up and saying, is there a real difference? Or is it only an apparent difference? Because the cause for both is identical, is the same. A single cause creating both Jadavastu and Ajadavastu. So there really is no difference between Jada and Ajada. It is Kalpita. Seen from the perspective of the Mulakaranam. But seen from the perspective of the Jadavastu and Ajadavastu, they look as if they are two different things. This is the sum and substance of what we've been discussing in this verse. We haven't completed it, so we'll take it up from where we left off.
Page 204.
Page 204, is it?
Yes, second para.
Second paragraph. Excellent. Who will start reading?
I can read.
Please do.
This Jada Ajada division, conscious inner division, is Ajade Mai, Chit Swarupe Atmani Eva Kalpitaha. In this expression, Ajade Mai Kalpitaha, Ajada is another type of Ajada.
This is a fundamental problem with words. Depending upon the context, depending upon the Purva Para, we have to know the correct meaning that applies in that situation. The word conscious and inert is really only relevant to the transactional Jagat. Otherwise, conscious and inert doesn't have any relevance at all. But we use that word all the time. We say, for example, a person who has gone into coma, in normal day-to-day usage, we say he has lost consciousness. But that is not the consciousness when you talk about Atma consciousness, Chaitanyam. Similarly, Jada and Ajada, sentient and insentient, in this Jagat, we talk about a rock against a mosquito, jada and ajada. And we've studied this a number of times. There is a difference in the fact that jada vastu has only sthula sharira, in which what is only apparent is the sat aspect, easiness aspect. In the ajada, sat aspect, of course, is apparent, but also the chit vastu, because of the ability of the sukshma sharira to show its presence. But neither jada nor ajada has any meaning when you look at it from the perspective of Brahman. So when we talk about consciousness, that's why we often use words like universal consciousness, pure consciousness, absolute consciousness. All of them we use to try and convey what we are saying, so that the person communicating and the person receiving the communication have the same meaning. So here you have two this thing straight away. 3, jada, ajada, conscious, inert in English, and ajada itself having different meaning, consciousness having different meaning. So here, Swamiji has a footnote here.
The word ajada in the second quarter, ajade mai kalpitaha, has a meaning which is very different than the same word in jada jada vibhagoyam, the first quarter of this verse. In the second quarter, it stands for Chidatma Swarupa, which is the mukhyartha of the word ajada, paramarthika satyam. Whereas in the first quarter, ajada means insentient, which is amukhyartha, the vyavaharika meaning.
No, there is a mistake here.
So going
Ajada
back to the text, it is not based on, sorry.
No. In the first quarter, ajada means insentient, it says. Is that correct?
Yeah. Insentient.
That is insentient. Jada is insentient.
Yeah.
So printing error there.
Yeah. Jada is
I would like who are reading and who are listening to please be alert.
Swamiji, I have
No. Yeah. Go on. I'm hearing.
I need two clarifications. First, can you just quickly define what is ajada in transactional sense? How do we define it?
Ajada is a conscious being, a living being. So all animals, humans, everything is ajada. Jada literally means that which is, we use it in also other languages, jada. I've heard mothers telling the children, jada madri kadakkai, meaning an inert person. So in the transactional world, you have the jada, ajada, which are opposites. And we have discussed this over and over again. When you're talking from the Paramatma perspective, you cannot have jada and ajada. There's only one consciousness. Both jada and ajada are karya, as though karya. Therefore, when you look at it from the Paramarthika perspective, there's only ajada, consciousness. Does that make sense?
Right. So by ajada, we can say that something that has first person experience, right?
That has?
First person experience.
Okay, we'll accept that.
Ajada
Okay.
means sentience.
What
Sentient.
do you mean by
Ability
that?
to
I'm just
experience
asking.
is because it's ajada, because it has the sukshma sharira. Therefore, you can get hurt, you can get guilt, all that is possible. But we are in a jada vastu, there really is no hurt or guilt or pain or in his other aspects of Sukshma Sharira. Because there is no Sukshma Sharira.
Okay, one more thing.
Sure.
Like I know, like we have already discussed that. We say that for something to exist, it has to be asti and bhati, right? Asti part, we are clear. So for bhati, we say that it is bhati. So therefore, the chit aspect should have been, it is there as well, but it's not like reflected in the sense. It's not manifested.
Yeah. It bhati, okay, again, please remember you're looking at the Mithya Jagat when you talk about asti and bhati. Then bhati would mean self-shining, self-effulgent.
Right.
Ability to reveal itself without any external aid. Right? That is bhati. So all your luminous objects they are bhati. All the opaque objects there's no bhan in them.
Right. No, wait. So we said that let's say this is an object, right? So we said that matlab, asti bhati is here as well, the chaitanyam, and it is here as well.
Please define your asti bhati before you discuss further. What is the asti
Yes.
bhati you're talking about?
Okay. So by asti bhati, I'm saying that this thing exists and it is perceptible to me. It's in my awareness, like we say.
Correct. How is it in your awareness? Unless there's an external source of revealing that, it is not in your awareness.
And what is that external source?
In the case of, for example, light,
Okay.
unless there is light in the darkness, you don't see this.
Right.
So this is not self-revealing. Whereas if we had a flame, it is self-revealing. You don't need another light to reveal the flame. You understand?
Yes, but I'm asking in terms of when we say that, okay, so in my Sukshma Sharira, I say that I am aware and I is, right? So both aspects are obvious to me. But we say that Brahman is all pervading. So Asti Bhati is there as well, right? There is some
Again, I
concept
want
was
you to
there.
define your Asti Bhati. Please define it. Then we will understand your question better. What is the Asti and Bhati you're referring to? See, if you're referring to Asti Bhati in the Paramarthika sense, Asti is Bhati. Bhati is Asti. There's no difference.
Yes.
But in the Vyavaharika sense, you can have only Asti or you can have
Okay.
Asti and Bhati.
Okay.
In your
Hmm.
awareness is an opaque object will lodge itself only after an external source has revealed it to you. You understand?
But I
Okay.
think, Swamiji, just if I
Yes.
may add,
Sure.
if you are
Everybody, please
referring to,
feel free to
Yeah.
jump into the discussion and add anything you want to add.
because if you're referring to Asti Bhati in the Vyavaharika sense, those which display Asti and Bhati are the ones we are saying Ajada, sentient beings. Consciousness is also reflected.
Not
Existence.
necessarily. Be very careful. A flame shows Asti and Bhati. A flame will show Asti and Bhati. It reveals itself and the easiness is also there.
I think, okay, sorry. Let me correct myself. This Asti Bhati, the way I understood his question is, We are referring to the Satchidananda being. We are borrowing existence. That is asti. We are borrowing
Yes.
consciousness. That is bhati. So here bhati refers to the borrowed consciousness, which is available only for sentient beings, whereas insentient beings don't have reflected consciousness.
Okay, so bhati aspect is not there, you are saying?
Correct. In a rock, in a stone, bhati aspect is not there. If you are referring to bhati as borrowed consciousness. Bhati, the literal meaning is
No.
shines, which is what Swamiji is explaining.
Yes.
But instead of the literal meaning, if you are referring to the consciousness illumining something, then that is borrowed consciousness, which is true for sentient beings. For insentient, that is not there. For insentient, only asti is there.
Right. Okay, so in the sense that Jayaji is saying, I'm only asking in that sense only, Swamiji.
Correct. So that is what.
That, yes, I understand that. But I do not like remember the complete argument, but for anything to exist, we say that it should exist and it should be uh, perceived by me. It should be in my awareness. So they say that asti is bhati and bhati is asti, something like that.
No. Then you are bringing in another entity. So you are now talking about an object which is got only asti, and you, the perceiver, you have got bhati, therefore it is coming in your perception.
Okay, so bhati is with me only, right? It's not
Exactly.
there.
Bhati is only with sentient beings. So since you are sentient being, you are able to perceive the jada objects also in your vritti.
Okay, ठीक है फिर. Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
Anybody else wants to jump in and contribute something there? You're welcome. No, these questions make you think. That perspective is good. The whole thing is about mananam.
The only sentient beings will have the self-effulgence because of Brahman. The Jada hasn't got that.
Always remember what perspective you're seeing it from. Then it becomes that much clearer. From the Paramatma perspective, Asti Bhati, all the same. But from the perspective of the Mithya Jagat, we have sentient being, insentient being. We have Sukha being, Dukkha being. We have Jnani being, Ajnani being. All that we have in the Paramatma, in the Vyavaharika Jagat. But in the perspective of the Atma, there is no differentiation at all. Neither in this dimension of Asti, Bhati, and Ananta, nor in the dimension of each one of them having a Dvandva. Neither of them is available. Yeah, let's continue.
In this expression, ajade mai kalpita, ajada is another type of ajada. It is not based on ajadatvam, which is opposed to jadatvam. This apparent division of jada ajada is kalpita. Jada jada vibhagah ajade mai paramatmani सच्चिदानंद आत्मनि समे निर्विकारे परब्रह्मणि चित्रगत चराचर विभागः इव मायया अविद्यया कल्पितः एव. This division is projected on me, who is Satchidananda Atma. Then anything that I see, Jadam va, Ajadam va, it is Chaitanya. From the Kalpita standpoint, there is a certain Vishesha which is Ishvara's Maya, and that Vishesha is there without bringing about any change to the Adhisthana Vastu. All this being Vivarta, Jada Jada Vibhagaha is nothing but Mayaya Mai Paramatmani Kalpitaha. Kalpitasya eva srishtihi, like in a painting, the painter has the Shakti and Jnanam to bring about an appearance of sentient-insentient division.
Now you think
This
about the one phrase.
Chitrapata is
1
the
minute.
example given.
1 minute. 1 minute. Think about this phrase which you come across many places, including the Bhagavad Gita. What is Dvandva Atita Atitaha? Dvandva Atitaha. What is Dvandva Atitaha?
Adhisthana of the Dvandvas.
You
Dvandva
transcend,
belongs
cross
to the
over
Jagat.
the dualities of life. That is Sthita Prajna.
No. Yeah, it is. But Dvandva Atitaha means what? That which
You
transcends.
crossed over the
Beyond.
dualities of life.
Similarly,
Beyond one.
that which is not subject to any Dvandva at all. Dvandva Atitaha. Similarly, you have Trikala Atitaha. There also, it is not that it is, within the time scale. There's nothing to do with time scale. Atitaha. Guna Atitaha. Your guna.
Yeah, avasthatrayatitaha also.
In the Jagat, our attempt is to move from tamas predominant guna to rajas predominant guna, to rajas predominant guna followed by sattva predominant guna, to sattva predominant guna. But you're still in the Jagat. Even when an individual is sattva predominant, you're still in the Jagat.
But ultimately, even that should go, no, Swamiji?
That is the launching pad for you to go. What Bhagavan say in the Bhagavad Gita, he says, Nistai Gunyo Bhavarjuna.
Yeah, Nitrai Gunya Bhava. So that is the ultimate.
So all this you should understand. All these, any division of any kind, any dvandva of any kind belongs to Jagat. If you're clear on that, all this becomes easy to follow. So when you read these, in fact, if you read Ganesha, Atharvashisha Upanishad, all of them are there in that. Sharira Traya, the Prasannataya Traya, Avasthatraya, Gunatraya. All of them, there is a Atita. Avasthatraya. So when you chant that, you understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Kalati.
Then you understand what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
So when you, at that stage, you're praying to Lord Ganesha as Parmeshwara. Not as an individual Lord Ganesha with a trunk and a belly. So when you chant all these mantras, it's fairly easy to follow the meaning. Yeah. Let's continue.
This Chitrapata is the example given by the author. Bhitti bhage same chitra charachara vibhagavad. Bhitti means a wall or anything you work on, like a canvas. Let us take it as a canvas. It is sama, there is only one surface. There are no three dimensions, no depth there. On this plain canvas, Bhitti bhage same is Chitrapata can be taken as a painted canvas, a painting. And on this painting, there is chara as well as achara. This is the Chitra Charachara Vibhaga. Chara means moving, animals, etc. Achara means non-moving, inert. There is a forest with many trees. There is a road. You can see a galloping horse on the road. The road is not running, only the horse is running. So chara, sentient, and achara, insentient, both are present on the painting. That is the example here. One is moving, the other is non-moving. One is mobile and the other is immobile, ajada and jada. Ajada is chara and jada is achara, doesn't move at all. So on the painting, Chetana, Achetana is seen, a depth is seen. But if you go and touch the canvas, there is just one plain surface with no division of chara, achara, and no depth. Just one plain surface is what is there. You understand there's really no division there. A better example is an embroidered canvas, embroidered chitrapata. For a month, they work and create an embroidered chitrapata with mountains, sun, rivers, etc. and people watching these, Jada and Ajada. Srishti is over. Then it is around for some time, Sthiti. Then Pralaya, you pull the string from one end and one by one the whole embroidery is gone. Gone where? Into the bundle of wool. The whole embroidered jagat came from, was sustained by, and resolves into its cause, wool. Therefore, yataha sarvam, yena sarvam, yasmin sarvam, tad vastu. Meaning vastu is that from whom or which everything came, manifested, by whom everything is sustained, and unto whom everything is resolved. This is a better example. In today's world, an even better example is a plain white movie screen with not even a black spot, on which you see a whole color movie with chara, achara, depth, etc. But the reality is one plain surface untouched by the movie.
This is another very nice example we have in Dakshinamurti.
Similarly,
you remember the Dakshinamurti Stotram? The very first verse, what does it say?
Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam.
Whole magic of the three-dimensional world, you're seeing in the mirror, which is two-dimensional. Vishwam Darpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nagari Tulgam Nijantargatam Pashyannatmani Mayaya.
Pashyannatmani Maya.
Everywhere you can connect.
Bahiri.
So, Swami, the example I like, an embroidered, in Panchadashi, there comes with another beautiful example, Chitrapata. Someday we will do that text also. We've done already a few chapters, but we can complete that. Very beautifully is taken it up as for analysis. But here also the same thing. You have an embroidery on a plain cloth, there's nothing else. And then you do the embroidery on that. You do Jadavastu and Ajadavastu in that. All sustained by that, whatever wool you're using for doing that. And then after some time, everything goes. Srishti, Sthiti, Laya. Good example. Yeah.
Similarly here, Chidatmani, which is pure, Chaitanya Atmani, there is no black spot of Ajnanam, no Jadam or Ajadam. It is one Atma alone. And Vitti Bhage Same, Chaitanya Atmani, in this Chaitanya Atma, Jada Jada Vibhagoyam, Charachara Vibhagoyam Kalpitaha. It's just a way of looking at what is. This is the way one who looks upon himself as an individual views his world as divided into Jada and Ajada. Even with reference to Ishvara, it is the same thing. He is in this particular form. It is his big dream, let us say. The difference is he knows it is his dream. He is Sarvajna. He knows that the whole thing is me. You visualize your own dream. You know it is all my creation. That is exactly Ishvara's mind. That is why he gave the dream to you, so that the game is on. He initiated the game by giving you a dream so that you catch up with him. Suppose you have a dream and you know in this dream, this is my imagination, my creation. Then there is no Jada, there is no Ajada, there is only one Chaitanya. Ishvara knows that. So there is non-separation. Tad ananyatvam. The karya is non-separate from the Chaitanya Atma. Therefore, all that is there is ekam advitiyam brahma. Therefore, sarvam khalvidam brahma. That is the vachyartha of the statement sarvam khalvidam brahma. All that is there is Ishvara, is tatpada vachya. Tatpada lakshya is satyam jnanam anantam brahma aham atma. It means the karana karya is vachya and the vastu is lakshya. Similarly, in Tvampada, the jiva with whatever trappings he has is the vachyartha, and the lakshyartha is the same Shuddha Chaitanya, the same as the Tatpada Lakshya that we saw. So Charachara Vibhaga is purely Vibhagavat, Vibhagaha iva, an as though division. This Jada Jada Vibhagoyam Mai Chidatmani Kalpitaha.
That clear? Anybody want any
Okay,
comment
move
on
on.
this, Vivek? Swami very beautifully brought out the difference between Vachyartha and Lakshyartha. Anything which is an Vachyartha belongs to this Jagat. Any Vachyartha belongs to Jagat. Word and word meaning or sentence meaning. But when you do the analysis, then you look at what is the apparent division. Ishvara is Jagat Karanam. And Jiva is a creation, part of the Jagat. Looked at from the Ishvara's perspective, from that Jagat perspective. Therefore, there is a Karana Karya Prakriya. But as we understand things better, we understand that there is no Karanam, there is no Karya, there is only Brahman. Any such division, Karya Karanam division, also is non-existent. It is only as though Karya, as though Karanam. But when we start to understand at that time, for ease of understanding, we say Karana Karya. We understand that there is this whole Jagat, which is so beautifully, logically put up, has to be a sentience directing this, Chaitanyam directing this. But when you understand that this whole Jagat is only Mithya, then there's nothing. There's only Atma, Brahman. Then, if you have Ishvara is only Brahman, to which we add on a certain quality called Ishvaratvam. Ishvaratvam consists of what? Sarvajñatvam, Sarvashaktimatvam, omniscience, omnipresence. And we have the same Brahman qualified by other characteristics, Alpatvam, Alpashaktimatvam, Alpajñatvam, we call Jiva. But when we're able to see that these are Upadhi based and these are no real existence, then what is left is only Brahman. That is why that ocean, wave, water is a wonderful example. There are many waves which arise out of the ocean, sustained by the ocean, and go back to the ocean. So like Ishvara, there is a Karanam, a Karyam, which comes up, remains, goes again. Comes up, remains, goes again. But when you're able to see a little bit more clearly, both the ocean and the wave are both nothing but water. The differences are only as though differences. Ocean is huge. It doesn't look like it has any end. Waves are small, big, and the relative ones, different types of waves. They start, they remain, they die. But these are only apparent features. The reality of both wave and ocean is only water. The reality of Jiva, the reality of Ishvara is only Brahman. It is only in the early stages when we're trying to understand, because we have to get our grip on Jagat. We allow ourselves the luxury of Karya Karana Prakriya. Then we delete that. The technique is just brilliant. Depends upon that. You keep getting these questions about this because when somebody is stuck in the Vyavaharika thinking, has not yet got out of the Jagat thinking, then clearly all our questions revolve around that. Then later it graduates to questions on the nature of Brahman, nature of I, nature of Ishvara, nature of Jagat, all of which is the same. Ekameva Advitiyam. I don't think there can be anything more logically correct. Is there anything that anybody wants to add to what we saw in this Jada Ajada Vedha? Where does it come from? What sustains that Veda? All because of Ajnanam of the real nature. Therefore, all these differences. If everybody is absolutely clear and we don't have any comments to make on this, we can move forward. Yes, Anand, I didn't hear from you.
Swamiji,
Absolutely clear, right?
Swamiji, clear. Swamiji, I'll add something while we on as we read Swamiji.
I'm just pulling a leg.
Swamiji.
Okay, shall we move on?
Yeah. So, verse 20, an objection is raised. I still cannot understand. In Brahman, maybe Jada Jada is Kalpita, and Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma is Ekam Advitiyam. There it is okay. But how can I be that Brahman which has become this Jagat, which has become the Karya Karana Sanghata, such as this physical body, mind, sense complex? I'm only the Sakshi. You yourself told me that I'm only a Sakshi. When I'm a Sakshi, then Bheda in the form of Sakshyam is there. You say that between Brahman and Atma, there is no Bheda. If there is Abheda, it means that there is non-difference. But there is a Bheda here. How can I be that Ekam Advitiyam Brahma? Because Aham tu Sadvitiyaha. There are things other than me. Why? Because I have Sakshita. Atmanaha Sakshita Asti. Even according to you, I am a Sakshi, and that implies a Sakshyam. Swamiji. No, what you think is not true. That's why I say that this mere sakshitvam is not going to help. Some people say, just ask who am I? Just look at the sakshi. There is a sakshi, all right, but sakshitvam is to be understood. Otherwise, sakshi does not make any sense. Sakshitvam itself implies what? Sakshyam. Therefore, if you say, I am Sakshi, this mere Sakshitvam has no real deliverance. It does not release you from anything. You remain the same person alone. I am a Sakshi. This is Sakshyam. In this, the Sakshyam can weigh down the Sakshi. You are a Sakshi, all right, but when somebody sits upon you, a 300-pound fellow, that is Sakshyam. Then you cannot say, it doesn't matter. I'm a Sakshi after all. I'm witnessing the weight upon me. It doesn't help you. The Sakshyam is bigger than Sakshi. Bhedat, Sakshi, Sakshya Bhedat, because of the witnessed division being there. Questioner. How can I be Ekameva Advitiyam Brahma? There is no such thing as Brahman because that Advitiyam Brahma itself is not there. Why? Because you're not going to eliminate Sakshi Sakshya Bheda at any time. When you cannot eliminate the Sakshi Sakshya Bheda, there is no Advitiyam Brahma. Therefore, I cannot say Advitiyam Brahma Aham Asmi. There is no way of saying that because Sakshi Sakshya Bheda Anivrittehe, that Nivritti not being there. Anything you think of is going to be Sakshyam and there is a Sakshi. So this Bheda is real. When this Sakshi Sakshya Bheda is real, unless you are going to eliminate this difference, you cannot claim I am Ekam Advitiyam Brahma.
Where do all these questions emanate from? What is the cause of this questioner asking these questions?
Because of these words or language that has already been, seen before in other texts, right? So we have heard about Avastatrayi Sakshi. So obviously somebody's mind, I mean, all of us initially we keep that notion in the mind that, oh, so we are a witness. So again, that we are not leaving, or I am not leaving, right? So that is a mistake. So that is why witness should not be assumed as another entity. So in the absence of a better word, a Sakshi is being used. So the right understanding of Sakshi should be in the presence of, right? That's all.
Absolutely, absolutely. All this time we are getting into trouble because of these words. We talk about subject object difference. We talk about knower object of knowledge difference. Where is the difference coming from? Like we discussed a few minutes ago, any difference is Jagat. But we use the same word.
Namarupa.
Marupa only. The moment you say Sakshi, I mean, okay, I am a Sakshi, therefore I must have something which is witnessed. No Sakshi, no Sakshyam. It is only for our understanding at the early stages of our learning. Just like there is no Karanam, no Karyam, no Sakshi, no Sakshyam. But to get that into our system, knowing that all this belongs to this lower order of reality, for want of a better phrase, the Mithya reality, has nothing to do with the Satyam. All this as though created by the Satyam, but Satyam is really untouched, Sangha.
Swamiji, just another related observation because of this language barrier. This word Sakshi, somehow we have all translated it as witness. But the real Sanskrit meaning I have seen before is Sakshat Ikshate.
Correct.
Ikshate is seeing, but sakshat is the catchword because sakshat is direct without a medium, right? Like what we are seeing is we are seeing through a medium of eyes and mind, right? Or ear and mind, or nose and mind.
Aparoksha.
So aparokshataya. So that is that sakshat ikshate. So that is why there is no real equivalent in English actually. So we have taken witness as the equivalent word, but witness becomes another entity. And the moment you say witness,
Can
then
possibly
there is
say,
something to be
can we
witnessed.
say
So
direct,
duality comes into play.
direct, the witness which sees directly without help of anything
No,
else?
no, 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 no. That is what. Then you're again confusing. Don't say witness sees directly. So that means duality. You are bringing in duality. You seeing something else. That's what now Swamiji said. If you literally take witness as the understanding, then there is something to be witnessed, which is a wrong understanding. Then you're bringing duality again.
Direct perception?
Correct. Direct, not perception.
No,
The
you understand
perception is
exactly
also
the way he's
mithya.
explaining.
Direct understanding. Direct
That
realization.
is
Direct realization.
That aparokshataya. That's all. There is no
means
English
the
word for
isness,
aparoksha.
right, Ji? Jayaji? Isness. That isness.
You can say that, yeah. So basically, there is no medium to know. There is no thought process involved. That is aparokshataya.
Okay.
Our starting point is Brahman created this Jagat. And then question arises, Brahman does not do anything. How did he create this Jagat? They say, no, not Brahman. Maya created this Jagat. But Maya is not an entity. Maya itself is Mithya. So Maya cannot create. Brahman cannot create. So how does the Jagat come about? The real truth is there is no Jagat. Jagat never came about. But I can't start the sadhana with that. Most people run away if you start by saying that the world is not real. So you don't start with that. You say the world is real. Maya, Shakti, in the presence of Brahman, as though creates the Panchabhutas. And then you have the whole series of explanation in the model. But later, that is also negated. Karya Karana is negated, Mithya is negated, everything is negated. Only Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. That's the only thing that is left. Yeah, let's continue.
Swamiji. No, this is something to be understood. Happens is, since this Atma is taken for varieties of things, in order to establish the nature of the Atma, it has to be first distinguished from everything else. There are so many appendages for this Atma, like Kartrutvam, Bhoktrutvam, Sukhitvam, Dukhitvam, Sankalpayitritvam, etc. They are all superimposed upon this Atma. When these are superimposed, then the Shastra has to negate these with statements like Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drik Tad Drishyam Drik Tu Manasam Drishyaha Dhivrittayah Sakshi Drigevanatu Drishyate.
This is the first thing from
Footnote.
Dridrishya
So it's
Viveka. And very nicely brings out that all objects of the world are drishya.
Whatever is seen is not true.
All objects are drishya. Why do you say that? Because the changes in the object are seen by a drik. Objects are changing and something sees that. Something is able to assess that. And he said that is the eye. All the changes in the objects, eye sees And therefore, I is the drik for these objects, which are drishya. But I itself has a lot of variations. How do you know? Because the mind behind the I sees these variations. Andha, Kana, etc., how it describes in the further verses in the Digdishya Viveka. The manas also keeps changing. Who sees the changes? Buddhi. And if you keep looking at it like this, everything which is a drik for something else becomes a drishya for something else, which is then the drik. And then the second line says, where is the second line gone? Drishyaha.
Drishyaha dhivrittaya.
Drishyaha, all the drishyas. Dhivrittaya sakshi drigevanat drishyate. When that drik never becomes a drishya, that which never becomes a drishya, it never changes, therefore it doesn't require something else to see the changes. An unchanging drik is Brahman Paratma. Yes, Divyansh.
Swamiji, so this drishyaha includes ahankar as well, right?
This also includes Ankara.
Okay.
But the example given here is visual. I see something, the changes in something outside, the changes in I seen by the mind, the changes in the mind are seen by the buddhi. It stops there. You can keep on going. But each only thing that is trying to show the example, you should take only to the example of what is trying to exemplify. That everything which is a drik itself becomes a drishya for something else. Till you come to a stage where something is a drik and never changes, never becomes drishya.
So this does not like only this part does not establish Advaitam, right? It's still in a duality form, right?
No, there is a lot more you will read in this when you read the Digdishya Viveka. But it's an example to show you that there has to be one which is drik and never becomes drishya.
Right. Oh.
That's all it's trying to prove. And that drik, it cannot be changing at all. If it changes, you need one more drik to see it's changing. That will never change.
Swamiji, in Drigdrishya Viveka itself, we'll see that any object is the combination of these five things, which is Asti Bhati Priyam Nama Rupam. So that is also said in Drigdrishya only. So in that Asti Bhati Priyam Rupam Nama Chaitim Shavanche, Adyatrayam Brahma Rupam, then it is said as it is Mithya.
Correct.
So
correct. It comes
in
in the further
Drigdrishya, the
verses,
Drishya part will be negated eventually.
Yeah. Those who have done Digdishya Viveka will understand this. We will do that also one day. Yeah.
This is very important in order to establish the nature of the Atma. What is Pratyag Atma is the enquiry that is done. Pratyag means that which cannot be externalized, objectified. That is Atma. What that Pratyag is taught by Neti Neti. By this method of negation, all the idam pratyaya vishayas, meaning any objects that are available for objectification, are negated. Each of them is negated. Then pratyag atma is recognized as the sakshi. People think that this itself is Vedanta. It is not. This is the first step in Vedanta, but not the whole Vedanta. The notion that sakshi Bheda is real is Vedanta. Vedanta is that Sakshi is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahman is Mit. That is Vedanta. Mahavakya is Vedanta. In order to establish the meaning, Lakshyartha of the Tvampada, we first say Atma is Sakshi. And once that Sakshi is established, then we have to address this problem of Sakshi, Sakshya Bheda, born of the error that Sakshyam is real. This has to be resolved and is resolved.
In the next verse, it says what we do.
First, the author questions this Sakshita. How far is it real? He says, Sakshitapina Tatviki. That is the Vakya. Chetyoparagarupame Sakshitapina Tatviki. Upalakshanameveyam Nistarangachidam Budhehe.
Okay, let's stop here today. We'll continue from reading the verse in the next class. Chetya Uparaga Rupa. Uparaga means connected. Me Sakshita api na Tatviki. Not real. It's only a Upalakshana because you would start from somewhere. Upalakshanam eva ayam nistaranga chidam buddhehe. Okay, we'll take it up in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.